Just go and find the tortoises. What's that noise? Oh look, all Pete's plants are growing. Tomatoes, we haven't had any yet. Cucumbers, we've had a couple of cucumbers. Yeah, well there's tomatoes coming on. Strawberries, we had to buy new plants this year because the old ones died, so they're the first year we're having a few, one at a time. More tomatoes, and then these green beans. We haven't had any runner beans, we haven't had any yet. Plenty of flowers. The wind has been atrocious and it does destroy them a lot. And here's Ruby. Oh, tortoises have been fighting, look, they're still fighting. Leave him alone, don't be a bully. Oh, you little devil. Can you see this? Over you go. Come on. Have something to eat. They're all fighting over Emma. Poor girl, she doesn't get any food. Right, you stay there. No, he's going back to her. I could put him right over the other side of the garden and he'll still find her. Let's put him over here out the way for a little while. Give her a minute. And look, turn her back for 2 seconds and this one's on her. Leave her alone. Let her eat something. I'll put this one over in this corner. Oh, yeah. He's going trundling off in the opposite direction, that one. She might get a bit of cucumber before they come back. What they do, Emma? Eh? What they do? Yes, Ruby, you don't like cucumber. Here's the hole she dug. Empty. Yeah, empty. Right, I'll have to change their water in a minute. Yeah, she's going to get a bit of cucumber because he's off in that direction. And oh, look, he's on his way back. No, he's going to go that way. Right. Not the brightest of animals. Good morning. I hope it's not as dark for you as it looks for me. I cannot see in the viewfinder. It looks so dark. No idea why. Anyway, I'm going to press on and hopefully it'll all work out. Right, first of all, microphone's on. Oh, squeaky chair still. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of a question and answer thing today. I've been asked a couple of questions over the last few weeks. Well, probably over the last couple of months that I haven't answered. So I thought I'd put Luna, I hope you can see her, she's here. Can you see? Into this little sleeper. It's her new sleeper she got the other week that she hasn't worn yet. And it's a bit on the bleak side today. Hence, I can't see what you're seeing. Yeah, I haven't got any other light apart from the overhead light, the main light. And it's not doing anything for me. It may be for you. Anyway, I can just about see movement. So we're going to give it a go. While I'm undressing her, I'm going to have a look at these questions and see if I can answer them. They're not hard questions. They're just little things. Oh, you're wrapped up well, sweetie. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go, pop it. There we go, pop it. Right. I had to write them down because my memory is terrible. First one, easy. Oh, you could make this into a little thing if you wanted to answer it for yourselves, couldn't you? Don't know. It might not be that interesting. Who knows? Did you always have pets? Yeah. Come on, always had pets. My first pets obviously belonged to my nan and granddad. Well, not obviously, but they did. I told you a long time ago, when my mum and dad first got married, they moved back in with my grandparents and was buying a house together. And of course, my aunties lived, not of course, I keep saying of course, you don't know, do you? My aunties and uncle was still living at home at that stage, so it was a big house. Well, it always seemed big to me when I was little, but with adults in the house, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 adults in the house and 2 children, it may not have been that big. Yeah. They decided that one thing and another, they were going to move out and get a council house because they was on the council waiting list. So they got a flat, ground floor flat we lived in. But my auntie, my nan and granddad always had like the tortoises, which 2 I have now got. So the tortoises have always been in my family, so we've always had them. My nan and granddad always had, or my granddad always had a little dog and a cat. Now, never had much to do with the cat. I can remember my granddad bathing its face when some boys had been throwing stones at it. And that memory stuck in my mind. I don't know how old I was. I must have been very small. And yeah, they had, Tiddles, this cat was called. And they always, face was covered in blood. That's stuck in my mind. But look at this belly. I was always one for animals. If there was an animal, I was there. My mum at one stage did a little cleaning job on a Saturday morning. After they moved out, we still went down there. We was there every weekend, every Saturday. I was at my nan and granddad's. And my mum got a little cleaning job. It was a little like bed and breakfast place. Ooh, not far from my nan and granddad's, just sort of along the road around the corner. And into the next road. And they had a poodle. And this woman was very posh, this lady. Oh, don't touch the dog, it will bite you, it will bite you. Oh, I was having none of that. I was only little. Yeah, I was in the basket with it. It was absolutely fine, but she didn't like me. I don't think she liked children, basically. So I didn't go very often. Yeah, and then when we moved from the flat into a house, we had rabbits, we had a cat named Sooty. How you do when your kids, the next door neighbour's cat had kittens, so we ended up with one. He was all black, called Sooty. He was a lovely cat. He was mischievous. Yeah, got into lots of trouble. He brought home a kitten one day that wasn't his, or well, he was done, so it wasn't his, and my mum had to go around knocking on doors trying to find out where this kitten came from. Yeah, all sorts of things. We had a little dog. She had to be rehomed after my youngest brother was born because she took a dislike. She got very jealous and ripped all his bedding up. He wasn't in the carry cot, it was at that stage. He wasn't in that, but yeah, you couldn't trust her after that. So I've got to pull this chair in just a minute. But yes, I always had pets, and then when I moved out, I always had pets. I had we had birds. We always had birds. My nan had always had a canary called Billy Boy, and when that one died, she had another canary called Billy Boy. So she always had a Billy Boy, and I had actually when I met Peter, I had a dog and I had a budgie. So they moved in with me when we got a flat together. I didn't move in with him because he was already divorced and back living with his mum and dad. So when we got a flat together, my pets came with me. Yeah, so I've always had pets. I wanted to be a vet. Always wanted to be a vet when I was little, but obviously I'm not brainy enough for that. Nah. What pets have you got now? I've got 3 tortoises and Ruby, my cat, which you will see. I've just taken a little video, so I'll pop it on the end or somewhere in this video for you to watch. Number 2, your hometown. Yeah. Do you still live in your hometown? I certainly do. I live 2 miles from the sea, so we're a bit inland, not right on the coast. Obviously, it's a coastal town. And from my house that I grew up in, I am 4 miles away. So very local, very local. I've stayed here. I've not moved out of here. And I don't intend to. I will not be going anywhere. We did think about, Peter at one stage said, oh, I don't know why people stay here. And as you do, you get disillusioned, don't you? And you want to move away and things like that. And he wanted to go to France. And I said, no, not all the time. My mum and dad were alive. And then, of course, I've no longer got my mum and dad, but I've got grandchildren. So, yeah, I'm not moving away from my grandchildren. So that's that. I am here to stay in or around this area. I am not going anywhere. Number 3, do you have any hobbies? I was asked. Well, not really, not anymore. You could say these are my hobby. You could, although I don't spend a lot of time with them now. The only time I spend with my dollies is when I'm on here. So I do like to come on here at least once a week. I really, really like doing 3 times a week if I can. But it doesn't always work out because I do not make videos when Peter's home, as you know. And so I try and get here as much as possible. I watch television. I probably watch too much television. I like dramas. I like a good murder mystery. I like a good rom-com, romantic comedy. I do like those. I can only watch those when Peter's out. Oh, you're showing your straps. What else do I like? Did I write anything down? I play games. I play games on my iPad. I play Lily's Garden. I play Food Stylist is a nice one. I've got into recently. I do crossword things and I'll get round to the back of her head. Oh, goodness me, what else is there? I play a game called Bermuda, where they're on an island. I play that one. Yeah, I like doing the adventure, the big fish adventure games that you can download. But I normally do the free part because you get a certain bit of the game where it's free. I do the free part, and then occasionally I will buy a game, but not very often. Yeah. Oh, I've got a coffee. Don't forget that. Mm. My first coffee of today. Can you see? I can't see what you're seeing. Never mind. That's about it, really. Yeah, I like crime dramas. I like all sorts. I like Grey's Anatomy, which I've watched from start to finish, God knows how many times. True Blood, I've watched over a couple of times. All the Harry Potter movies, I've watched. Oh, I can't begin to tell you how many times. Peter's night fishing tonight, so I found the Mission Impossible films, and I'm gonna watch one of those, I think, tonight. So yeah, music. I love music. At the moment, I'm into country. I mean, that's not like me at all. I'm always a person that likes rock, for goodness sake. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of country music the last few weeks, and I'm finding it very relaxing. Very upsetting sometimes because they all have a story to tell. So it's sometimes a bit tearful, but yeah, so I keep playing the same ones over and over, as you do. A lot of music from the 70s, which was when I left school, and that was my era in the pubs and things. So a lot of music that would have been on the jukebox then, I play. Number 4, what's my job? Well, my job now is looking after my husband. I'm retired. You all know, you must know. I was a carer. I was a carer for a lot of years in hospitals. Um, I worked nights around the girls. Well, my children were babies and growing up. Or when they were tiny babies, I did have some time off, a few years off, because I had horrible children that didn't sleep. Yeah, so I went back to work when they was like, well, older. They was at school. Well, no, Leo wasn't at school when I went back to work. But it was nights, so I was always there for them. And I'd started off going back one night a week as a bank nurse. So I said what nights I could work, which was usually a Saturday night. There was a reason for my madness, because a Saturday night after midnight you got paid more into Sunday hours. And Peter was home, so I got, I could have a little sleep when I got back on the Sunday morning. Yeah. And then, yeah, I was increased, and I was there for a lot of years, and my dad passed away, and he was a carer for my mum. So I took over from him, basically. I did take over caring for mum until she passed away. So that was that. And then I was at an age where I couldn't find another job apart from going back into care work, and I didn't want to do it. I'd done it for so many years, and I couldn't find any more work. So the only job, I applied for loads, the only job that I got offered was with B&Q. If you don't know B&Q, if you're not in the UK, it's a DIY store, big store, and they take on people of all sorts of ages. And but this woman phoned me up, and she was offering me 2 hours a day for 5 days a week. And what is the point of that? I said, well, couldn't I do them all in one day? Oh no, can't do that. Could I do them over 2 days? Oh no, you can't do that. So I said no, because basically I'd have to travel there. It's not here, it's like 5 miles away, maybe. Probably 5, 6. I'd go for 5. It might be a bit more. So, you know, go there for 2 hours and then come back. No. So I've just been, the car alarm going, it's not mine. So I've been looking after my husband and